Now we are starting our setting. After relaxer, we are going for the drain. The setting is either I can do the blow dry or setting. But now I'm going to do the roller setting. The product I'm going to use is oil moisturizer. Oil moisturizer helps to improve, to add moisture on the hair. And it is a water-based. I put a little bit on my finger. This was no gloves required. You use your fingers. It is not a hair chemical. You apply on the head. When you are setting the hair, ensure that the hair is wet. Why are you setting the hair when the hair is wet? The hair, you can mold it. You can play around with it when it is wet than when it is dry. After that, I will ensure that you stretch a bit. Remember, at this stage, the hair is so brittle. It's fragile, I mean. So you have to be slowly from the ends to the root. During this process, you don't have to part the hair, but you will look at the head shape. Is when you may make a parting according to the desire of the client, not according to you as a hairdresser's desire. And in a situation whereby the client might ask you to choose a style for her, choose the style according to the head shape, not according to how you just think it can be. But the head shape matters, because at the end of the day, the client needs to look better than the way she came. Now I'm starting to do the roller setting. First of all, I have to look at the shape of the head shape of the client. Then I'm going to do the parting. Remember, the parting I'm using the tail comb, and this is not the same tail comb I used when I was doing the parting for relax application. But if you have to use the same tail comb, you have to make sure you clean it properly. I'm doing the parting. The reason why I've put my parting here, I want this head to cover this shape, the head, the forehead. That's why I'm putting the parting here. After parting, I take a small mesh. This small mesh, I make sure I comb it from the ends, mid-length, then the root. When you are putting the hair on the rollers, the hair needs to be straight, and you hold it with your fingers, between your fingers. Then you put the roller here.
The comb, yeah, can you just get rid of the comb?
Make sure the hair get in between the rollers. You roll it, pull the tension. After you have it down, hold it with the pin, but don't prick the scalp of the customer with the pin. I'm putting the next roller. You comb it from the ends, mid-length, coming to the root. You hold it, you put the rollers. You have to put the tension so that the roller there curls. You avoid, the reason why you are going round, to avoid the final look, which we call the fish hook. The fish hook is where by the end of the hair, it is twisted this way. And where this hair, some are not even, you just go down. When you reach where the hair is, you put it manually and you roll it. You hold it with a pin. As I said earlier, you need to always ensure that the hair is a bit wet, is moist. So in that scenario, you have to use my spraying bottle to add more, to make it more wet. I put the roller, take a mesh, you comb it from the ends, coming to the root. Now, since I had a parting here, I'm going to close that parting with the roller running from this side, this part. I take a mesh, I comb it from the ends, coming to the root. Now I've covered here. So when it dries, this line, this parting which was here, will be covered by this hair. It won't be a long line. It will be just a short parting, whereby when it dries, this side will be coming this way, this one will be going this way. Now I'm putting the next parting, the next rollers. You have to ensure that you don't press the other part, mesh which is remaining. You comb it, ensure it is straight. Just the same way I did the previous one. Come from the end, coming to the middle end, then root. Ensure the roller goes, the ends goes inside the spikes to avoid the fish hooks. All the rollers will be coming to the back. And the reason why you try to avoid the lines, not to be having the one straight line, but to avoid, if this one comes here, it means this one will be closing this gap between here. Now I've already completed the setting with arranging the rollers. I'm proceeding for drying, and I'm going to use the dryer. Before I proceed to the dryer, I have to make sure that I cover the ear with an ear pad. The reason why we have to put the ear pad is to prevent the heat from melting the wax which is normally inside the ear. I'm now putting the ear pad before I took my customer to the dryer. Cotton wool is to prevent any coldness of the plastic. So that's the reason why I have to put the clean cotton wool before I insert the ear pad into the ear.
Action.
Before I bring my customer into the dryer, I have to make sure that the dryer is working. Because since these are electricals, they may have failed without my knowledge. So I have to make sure that from the socket, then I come to the switches. The switches, this one is the temperature, then this is the fan, which is the fan is normally in the middle, then this is the timer. Timer, it goes for 60 minutes, which is 1 hour. And the temperature I'm going to put is 65 degrees. Then I put it here, 65. The fan I'm going to put at 2. Then after putting the fan at 2, the timing I'm going to put at 25 minutes. After confirming, I have to put my hands down to confirm if the heat is coming and the fan is also working. The reason being, sometimes maybe the temperature is not working and the fan is only producing the cold shot. So after confirming that it's working, I'm now putting my dryer client. After confirming that the dryer is working, I have to open the hood and put it down, adjust it down based on the size of the customer. Then you adjust the knob. There is a knob here which you adjust up and down. Then you close. Ensure the customer is as comfortable as possible. Then after confirming that the customer is okay, you ask her if it's comfortable and you ensure that the customer is inside the hood. So when the customer is in, you need to ensure that the temperature is okay and you ensure you put your finger down next to the chin here to ensure that the temperature, the heat is circulating in all sides, this side, and you put also this side to confirm if the heat is going and is even distributed. Then you let the client to enjoy. You give, and you, before you finalize, you make sure that you give the customer something to read or to keep her busy. And timing, I've put the time for 20 minutes. The temperature is 65 degrees. And the fan I set at 2. My glass has now dried up and I want to remove the rollers. Before I remove the rollers, I'll start with the pin from behind. I have to check whether it is dry. Before I check whether it is dry, I can check from the side. One roller, I put it slowly, I hold. Yes, I feel it is dry. I return it, but I don't put the pin. I test also the center on the top. I touch, I feel it is dry. Now I start removing the pins from behind. Where I finish putting the rollers is where I start removing the pins. Meanwhile, before I remove the rollers, I've already given the clients 2 minutes for the rollers to cool down so that the shape which has just been formed to be in place. Now I remove the rollers from down. Continue removing. As you can see the shape which has just formed. When I was putting the rollers, I was talking about the fish hook. So everything I ensured that they goes through. That's why there is no fish hook. It's straight all over. The way it is. From the ends up to the root. Now my hair is dried. But before I comb it, I just want to put a little a little bit of hairdress on the scalp to help the scalp from drying up. The scalp, I'm not going to put a lot of oil because there is a natural body oil. So if I put a lot of hairdress on the scalp, it will make way down the style which I have just achieved. This is my hairdress. I'm going to put the hair food, a little bit of it. I start from behind. After that, I petissage it a bit. Then I'm now going to comb it. The comb I'm going to use, I'm not going to use the smoother one because I want the curl to remain. And before I continue the combing, I will put a little bit of sheen spray in my comb to add more shine. I'm going to put a little bit of sheen spray on my comb. Now, the sheen spray adds shine on the hair. When you are combing the hair, you comb according to the client's desire, not according to how you want it. And also, you need to advise the client on how she will manage the curls once she's at home. That is home care. You advise the customer to use the white tooth comb. Now, you comb as you go, ensuring that the style you are making will be a pleasant style to this customer. Remember, I put my parting here when I was starting to arrange the rollers. Now, This part, I want it to cover the front line. Now I've finished combing my client's hair. I'm going to put the final spray, the sheen spray, to give it shine, to hold the style, and also to prevent excessive dryness. Before I do that, I have to ensure that I cover the face of the customer. And the length by which I'm spraying the spray, I'm holding the spray, should be about 5 centimeters from the hair. I hope you have learned how to do a relaxing and at the same time doing setting and final styling of the hair. Thank you very much.